section number 9, biomolecules, means the molecules that you can find in a living organism. As you already know that there are two types of molecules you can find in a living organism: organic compounds and inorganic compounds. We are discussing the organic compounds first. We have discussed regarding the amino acids, then we have discussed regarding the lipids, and now today we have to discuss regarding the nucleic acids. Okay, so here we discuss regarding the nucleic acids. Okay, what is a nucleic acid? First it comes in our mind that what is a nucleic acid? The nucleic acid, they are polymer of nucleotides. Okay, they are polymer of nucleotides. That means many nucleotides combines together and they leads to a formation of nucleic acid. Okay, I hope so it is clear to all of you. What these nucleotides and the nucleic acid consist of? They are made up of which element? They are made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus. These elements, they are useful in the production of nucleotides and ultimately a nucleic acid. Which element play an important role? The elements which play an important role in the formation of nucleotide and the nucleic acid are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen and the phosphorus. C, H, O and P. Okay, they are useful in the preparation of this nucleic acid or the nucleotides. Okay, so now you know that nucleic acids, they are the polymer of nucleotides. But now the question comes in our mind, what is nucleotide? What is nucleotide? So nucleotide, in simple language or simple formula language, I can say that the nucleotide is nucleoside plus phosphorus or phosphate. Clear? What is nucleotide? Nucleotide is equal to nucleoside and phosphate. This is called as a nucleotide. Okay? But now again question comes into our mind that what is nucleoside? We can easily understand it's a phosphate, P. Okay? But now the question comes, what is a nucleotide, a nucleoside? Okay? So what is a nucleoside? The nucleoside, that means what it is? It is a combination of nitrogenous base plus sugar. These are the two products, nitrogenous base and the sugar, they combine together form a nucleoside. Okay, so I again repeat, what is nucleic acid? Nucleic acids are polymer of nucleotide, means many nucleotides combine together form nucleic acid. Now what is nucleotide? Nucleotide is a combination of nucleoside and phosphate. Now what is nucleoside? Nucleoside is a combination of nitrogenous base and sugar. In short, if you want to define this nucleotide, you can also define like this. What is a nucleotide? In simple language, you can also define like this. Nucleotide is equal to nitrogenous base plus sugar plus phosphate. Okay, these two are nucleoside plus phosphate, that means nucleotide. So in either of language you can say that the nucleotide is nitrogenous base, sugar and phosphate, or nucleoside plus phosphate. Now we have to learn that what are nitrogenous bases, what are sugars and what are the phosphates. Phosphate is very easy to understand, it's a P, or it is present in the form of phosphoric acid, H3PO4, okay, or the phosphate ion, okay, they are present in the form of phosphate ion, but that is very easy. Here the main question is that what are the nitrogenous bases and what are the sugars you can find into a structure of nucleic acid. So first start with the nitrogenous bases. What are the nitrogenous bases you can find into a nucleic acid. So here I start with nitrogenous base. Okay, what are the nitrogenous bases? The name itself suggests they are basic compound and they contains a nitrogen. That's why we are calling it as nitrogenous base. Nitrogenous base, they are heterocyclic ring. Okay, they are heterocyclic ring. Heterocyclic ring means you know the structure of benzene. Okay, so this benzene which contains oxygen, nitrogen, or this heterocyclic compounds, they are called as heterocyclic ring. So nitrogenous base is a heterocyclic ring containing compound, and this nitrogenous base can be divided into two types. There are two types of a nitrogenous bases you can find. First category of nitrogenous base is purine, and the second category of nitrogenous base is pyrimidine. Clear? Remember how many types of nitrogenous bases are there? There are two types of nitrogenous bases are there, purine and pyrimidine. Which are the nitrogenous bases? Which are the examples of purine nitrogenous bases? So the example of purine nitrogenous bases are adenine, guanine. Adenine can call as adenine can call as A shortly, guanine can call as G shortly. These are the official short forms of adenine and guanine. So remember which are the purine nitrogenous bases? The purine nitrogenous bases are adenine and guanine. Okay? Which are the pyrimidine nitrogenous bases? The pyrimidine nitrogenous bases are cytosine, thymine and uracil. These are the pyrimidine nitrogenous bases. The official short form of cytosine is C, thymine is T, and the uracil is U. Okay, so these are the nitrogenous bases you can find in the structure of nucleic acids. Okay, I again repeat, one of the component of nucleic acid is nucleotide. Nucleotide are made up of nitrogenous base, sugar and phosphate. From this we are discussing the nitrogenous base. Nitrogenous base are the heterocyclic ring containing compounds. There are two types of nitrogenous bases, purine and pyrimidine. This is the another class. Okay, pyrimidine. Which are purine nitrogenous bases? Adenine and guanine, A and G. They are the purine nitrogenous bases. Which are pyrimidine nitrogenous bases? Cytosine, thymine and the uracil, or you can say that C, T and U, they are the pyrimidine nitrogenous bases. Okay, so these are the different types of nitrogenous bases. If I show you the basic structure of purine, the basic structure of purine is like that. It contains two rings. How many rings are present? Two rings. Okay, they are the heterocyclic ring. How many rings are present? Two rings. And this two ring, one ring contains 6 carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon containing, another one is 5 carbon containing, 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash. To differentiate the number I am giving this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash. That means it says that the purine contains one 6-member ring, the other one is 5-member ring, both are connected. Now they are the heterocyclic, means it contains nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, etc. Okay, so where the nitrogens are present, here the nitrogen, one nitrogen is present over here, the another is present over here. Okay, I just rub it down the numbers so it's easy for you. Okay, so here the nitrogens are present. Even in the 5-member ring, the nitrogens are present. Here the nitrogen is present. Here also there is a presence of a nitrogen. Okay. Here it's a NH2. Okay. To complete the valency, I am drawing the ring. Okay. That means a double bonds. Okay. So here they are present. Similarly, there is also a presence of a double bond over here. So this is a structure of adenine. Okay, which contains, in short, you just have to remember that it contains how many rings? Two rings. Adenine and guanine or the purine contains 2 rings, one 6-member ring, one 5-member ring. Similarly, the pyrimidine, but the pyrimidine only contains 1 ring, and that is only a 6-member ring. In this 6-member ring, that is also a heterocyclic ring, so it contains N, that also contains. This is the structure of uracil. Okay, so one thing you have to remember that the purine has 2-member ring and the pyrimidine has just a 1 ring. Okay, so this is what present. Now one important thing what you have to remember that DNA and RNA are nucleic acid. DNA and RNA. DNA, what is the full form of DNA? Deoxyribonucleic acid. What is the full form of RNA? Ribonucleic acid. Okay, both are nucleic acid. So obviously they contain a nitrogenous base. And which nitrogenous bases are present in DNA? Remember, which nitrogenous bases are present in DNA? In DNA, the nitrogenous bases present are A, G, C, T. These 4 nitrogenous bases are present in structure of DNA. Similarly, in the structure of RNA, ribonucleic acid, which nitrogenous bases are present? A, G, C, U. There is only a one difference. Okay, A, G, C, they are present in both DNA as well as RNA. But DNA contains thymine and the RNA contains uracil. Okay, so based on that, the different types of the question can be asked. Which is the nitrogenous base only found in DNA? Only found. Okay, so remember, this is a base T, thymine is only found in DNA. It's not found in RNA. Similarly, which is the nitrogenous base that is only found in RNA? Then it's a uracil. A question can also be asked that which are the nitrogenous bases found in both DNA and RNA? A, G, C. They are present in both DNA and RNA. Similarly, the different types of question can be asked. Which purine nitrogenous bases can be found in both? So this is a purine nitrogenous base, adenine and guanine. Okay, they are present in both. But the C is present in both DNA and RNA, but it is not a purine. It is a pyrimidine. So based on that, the another question can also be asked. Which pyrimidine nitrogenous base found in both DNA and RNA? Then it is C. Clear? Cytosine. Okay. So in short, adenine and guanine are the purine, cytosine, thymine and the uracil are the pyrimidine nitrogenous bases. DNA contains A, G, C, T and the RNA contains A, G, C, U. Okay. In DNA, uracil nitrogenous base is absent. In RNA, thymine nitrogenous base is absent. Clear? So this is regarding the nitrogenous base you can find in the structure of nucleic acid or the nucleotides. Okay? So we have discussed regarding this nitrogenous base. Okay? Now we also have to discuss regarding the sugar. Okay? Because the nitrogenous base and sugar, they combine together from nucleoside. And to this nucleoside, when phosphorus is added, it forms nucleotides. Okay? And when many nucleotides combines together, it forms nucleic acid, like DNA and the RNA. They are the nucleic acids. Okay? So now let's discuss a second component that you can find in the structure of nucleotide, and that is sugar. So there are 2 types of the sugar you can find in the structure of nucleic acid. Sugar means carbohydrate. There are 2 types of carbohydrates you can find in the structure of nucleic acid. Which 2 types are there? First is called as ribose. This is a ribose. And the second one is called as deoxyribose. Okay? Both are pentose sugar. Both are pentose sugar. Pentose sugar means they contains how many carbon atoms? They contains 5 carbon atoms. As they contain 5 carbon atoms, we are calling it as pentose sugar. So 2 types of the sugar can be found in the structure of nucleic acid, ribose and deoxyribose. Okay? In the structure of DNA, the In the structure of DNA, the sugar is present is deoxyribose. In DNA, which sugar is present? Which pentose sugar is present? It's a deoxyribose. In the structure of RNA, which sugar is present? It is the ribose sugar is present. Clear? So there are two types of sugars are present, ribose and deoxyribose. In RNA, the sugar present is ribose. In DNA, the sugar present is deoxyribose. Now you know that nitrogenous base and the sugar, they combines together and it form nucleoside. Okay, so first we try to make the nucleoside. How we can make a nucleoside? It is a pentose ring. So I am drawing the structure of pentose ring. This is a pentose ring. This is the first carbon. This is the second carbon. It is a third carbon. This is fourth carbon, and this one is a fifth carbon. Okay. This carbon has 4 valency. These are the carbons, the angle which are formed. This is the angle which is formed, it is a carbon. This is the angle which is formed, carbon. Okay. So this is the fifth carbon. On the fifth carbon, there is a presence of CH2OH functional group. Okay. Here, HOH, OHH, CH2OH. This is a structure of ribose. This is a structure of ribose. There is only one difference between a ribose and deoxyribose. Deoxyribose do not contain this. Deoxy, one oxygen is removed. That's why we are calling it as deoxyribose. Clear? And you know that deoxyribose is found in DNA, ribose is found in the RNA. If like this, then it is a deoxyribose. If I add O over here with oxygen, then it's called as a ribose. You know that deoxyribose is found in DNA and ribose is found in RNA. But here we are discussing that this is a sugar. The sugar is attached to a nitrogenous base. So where the nitrogenous base is attached? Here the nitrogen base is attached. So here there is an addition of nitrogenous base. Nitrogenous base. It may be adenine, it may be guanine, it may be a cytosine, it may be thymine, or it may be uracil. Depends on. Okay, any of the nitrogenous base can combine. Okay, and now here it's a combination of nitrogenous base and the sugar. Here the nitrogenous base they combines on the first carbon. This is a first carbon. Clear? So this is a nitrogenous base. Now this is called as nucleoside. Now to this nucleoside, when phosphorus is attached, phosphorus, P, it becomes a nucleotide. What it becomes? Nucleotide. So what's a nucleotide contain? Nucleotide contains nitrogenous base, sugar and phosphorus. A combination of these three that is considered as nucleotide. This is a one nucleotide. When such many nucleotides join, it forms nucleic acid. What it forms? Nucleic acid. And I am writing over here the name of two nucleic acid. Full form of two nucleic acid. First is DNA. What is its full form? Deoxyribonucleic acid. Nucleic acid. The other one is RNA. Okay. What is the full form of RNA? It can be called as ribonucleic acid. Okay. Now in DNA full form deoxyribonucleic acid, RNA is ribonucleic acid. What these are nucleic acid? Nucleic acid, as I have already told you that they are the polymers of nucleotides. Polymer means many units of nucleotide joins and it forms a nucleic acid. So now you know that how the nucleic acid forms? By combination of many units of nucleotides. So the units of nucleotide has to join, but there is a formation of bond between the nucleotide. Which bond formation takes place between the nucleotide? So remember the name of bond between nucleotide. It is 3' 5' phosphodiester bond. Which one? 3' 5' phosphodiester bond that is present between the two nucleotides. And when many nucleotides join, it forms nucleic acid. So this is all about a structure of nucleic acid, which is one of the organic component or compound you can find into a living organism. Okay, so that is about a nucleic acid. It is very much important. The questions based on this will be asked even in the 12th standard, so you have to prepare accordingly. Many things have not been given in the book, but yes, you have to prepare it. Okay, so that's all about the structure of nucleic acid. Okay, so students, prepare it. If you have any doubt, contact me. Okay, keep learning, keep watching, like and subscribe this channel. Thank you for watching.